We're live. We're live. We are live on Instagram. We are live on TikTok. We are live here on YouTube. After, man, still processing that one. And as you can see, the scoreline 2-1 to Melbourne Victory. Initial emotions. It's weird, dude. It's not sadness. It's not despair. Honestly, like the main emotion is like just pride, man. Just feeling proud. Just feeling proud of my team. Proud of the effort. Proud of the performance that the lads put in. So many of these young guys, man. Like this squad had no right, to be fair, to make it this far. And look where they are, man. Look at where they are. So look, overall, if I'm taking anything away from this, man, I'm just proud. I'm just proud of the performance, proud of the effort from the lads to take it to the best team in the country, and we did that. 2-1 Melbourne Victory in the FFA Cup Final. Melbourne Victory are FFA Cup champions, and yeah, man, I said it going into this game. Mariners had nothing to lose. And that was the freedom that we had, man. All right, what are we saying in the chat? So good to see all you guys in here. Brock's in here. Costa's in here. I'm seeing Jezza Boy Xander. Heartbreak says Mariners for life. Should have been a pen, says Costa. Good goal again, says Dr. Dingo, dude. Ollie, fantastic. Xander said Hall can take a bout. Eamon says couldn't be more proud of the boys though. 100%, man. I mean, look. When we look at the stats, I mean, let's pull up the stats, and this sort of is the good way to sum it up. And sometimes like words aren't really coming to me right now. Melbourne Victory were obviously dominant for most of that game. 18 shots, only 4 of them on target. Like, yes, Melbourne Victory did apply the pressure, especially in that second half. For the first, I thought it was a really even battle. I did. I thought we were creating opportunities. Maresh was looking lively. Farrell getting involved down that left-hand side. Ollie Bozanic, contesting in midfield. And at halftime, it was 0-0 and I was optimistic. I was like, okay, yeah. Like, we're keeping them to 0-0. This is good. If Melbourne Victory haven't scored in the first half, this is good. And then... But then from there, man, just going back to those shots, 18 shots, but only 4 on target. Just goes to show the defensive stability that the Mariners had. Birigidi only had to make a couple saves in this game. It wasn't like shots were coming in left, right, and center, and Victory were absolutely, bombarding the goal. Yes, they did make plenty of forays into the box, but the likes of Dan Hall and Kai Rolls, these young defenders, Jacob Farrell, Lewis Miller, man, this is a young backline. So defensively, just so proud of the lads, and it just goes to show as well. Again, it's summed up by the 2 goals that Melbourne Victory scored were 2 incredible goals. Jason Davidson with a stunning free kick, and then the volley at the end from Economides. It took Victory scoring two of arguably their best goals of the season to crack this young Mariners defense, man. That just goes to show the defensive stability. We weren't conceding, headers from corners. We weren't conceding tap-in goals. It took Victory. They had to score bangers from outside the box, man. Yeah. Archie's in here, says, I'm sorry about the loss, man. Elite Falcon says, this is going to affect us now, unfortunately. I disagree. I actually disagree big time. This cup final is a turning point for the Mariners. It's been coming. This has been a year and a half in the building, and this is it for the Mariners. This is finally, regardless of the fact that we didn't win, man, this is where finally the Mariners will no longer be regarded as a bottom league team. I don't think people can. It's not fair to write off Mariners in games now. It's not fair to write off Mariners heading into seasons now, because we're a team that competes. We've changed the culture of the club. That's been the success, man. Of especially this cup run as well. What else are we saying? Brock says, Marco didn't touch the ball enough. Victory did a great job locking him up. It's a fair point you make there, Brock. Or Marco, a player who, a lot of people expected to have an influence on this game, didn't quite have the impact that we were hoping that he would have. And it was a funny one. The strikers really didn't get involved much at all from a Mariners point of view. And our attacks forward were having to come down those wide positions. And we really didn't really create that many dangerous opportunities at all. So credit for Melbourne Victory in a defensive sense. To be fair, they didn't have to deal with too much anyway. Matt Simon could have scored 8 in this one. Need him back, says Jezza Boy. Hey, an interesting one that I want to bring up as well is Nikolai Muller starting. And look, Nick Montgomery, I think, is a fantastic coach and has proved that already, but I think he's made maybe one mistake by starting Nikolai Muller in this game. And that's maybe the one contentious thing that I'll talk about is that I don't think Nikolai Muller should have started in this game. To bring him in his first start, like, I understand, like, it's a cup final, massive game. You want an experienced player like Nikolai Muller, who probably has the composure and the experience. You know, he's played in the top flight, many games, top flight Germany. So, and it didn't work. Yes, he was involved at times, but there were also a couple of times where he was not linking up with Ollie. There was a little bit of miscommunication. He looked a little bit out of place on the left hand side, not able to track back. You know, the likes of Josh Nisbet, Cy Goddard, Benny, always good at tracking back and have that athleticism. I don't think Nikolai Muller's that player. I think Montgomery made a mistake starting Nikolai Muller tonight. Cy Goddard came off. I thought all the substitutes for the Mariners tonight made a good impact. Max Ballard was very lively. Cy Goddard, I thought, was fantastic. Just brought an X factor. Cy Goddard absolutely should have started. Absolutely should have started in this game. Jezavoy asks, who are your 3-2-1 points for the game? Look, I always give my 3-2-1 from a Mariners point of view, and 3 for Kai Rolls. I don't think he did a single wrong thing in this game. It just goes to show why he was called up for the Socceroos, man. Kai Rolls just absolutely fantastic. 2, Dan Hall. The 2 central defenders, man. Again, we lost the game, but the central defenders were our best players on the field. And 1 for Oli Bozanic. Who stepped up and was massive in this game, man. I see some of you guys in the live chat here talking about the penalty decision here. And we got Jake in here, says, ref, fair decisions. Look, the one we have to talk about, and if you guys have been watching the channel for a while and stuff, you know I'm not generally, I don't really get fired up about refereeing decisions. I'm like, it is what it is. That's sort of my approach to it. The Jacob Farrell going down late there in the box, for me, it's a penalty. I mean, would love to hear what you guys think. Jacob Farrell goes down in the box. Lee Broxham looks like he's pulled down. As the commentators made a point of Simon Hill, it's already happened twice this weekend in the A-League, in the Newcastle-Brisbane game, in the Adelaide-Sydney game. Both games, one was given, one wasn't. Was penalty, no penalty. Penalty, no penalty against Jacob Farrell. SB4 says he got tackled. Penalty, no penalty. Sam Marina says it was no penalty to Victory, always a dive. We're saying penalty. Williams saying penalty. Fortnite says definitely a penalty. We're saying penalty. TikTok Live as well. We're saying penalty. I'm seeing a lot of penalties here. Sam says it was a penalty. Jezzaboy says defo pen. Shush says pen. Looks like everyone's saying penalty, man. Okay, so because as they did raise the point in the commentary that potentially maybe Lewis Miller came into the back of Broxham and then there was sort of a domino effect into Farrell. But you look at that, and yeah, man. Sanders says penalty. Person says no VAR would have been very hard to see in for the refs. No VAR, of course, but for this game, they have referees positioned. There was a referee positioned literally 5 meters in front of it with a clear line of sight. So the referee there is there for that reason, to spot these infringers, and it happens right in front of him. So if he judges that not to be a penalty, then I mean, he has the clearest view. He's got a better view than any camera. He's got a better view than VAR because he's there. He's got a closer view than a camera. So look, I'm not going to get caught up about it. I'm not going to get annoyed about it. Yes, it is frustrating. Had it have been awarded and we would have scored, yes, it would have changed the game, which does hurt. Which does hurt, man. Yeah. Oli Bozanic, though. How good was Oli Bozanic's goal at the end? And then the drama when we almost came through, like a couple of moments. I thought Garen Carroll, again, showing great energy when he came off the bench. These players off the bench, I thought showed great energy, which is what we needed in this game, especially being pinned back for so much of that second half, man. But that Oli Bozanic goal, fantastic. Fantastic goal, hey? Interesting seeing all you guys say penalty, right? I haven't seen anyone say that it wasn't a penalty. I haven't seen anyone say that it wasn't a penalty. Jezzaboy says some sick goals tonight, to be fair. Dude, cracking goals. Every single one, man. Every single one. Davidson with a free kick of his life. Economides, what a goal, man. Like, that's a perfect volley from Economides. And again, just to back up my point I made earlier, it took Melbourne Victory they had to score a weldy in order to get past the Mariners defense, man. Like, how incredible is that? You know, Kai Rolls, who just this week got a Socceroos call-up, was part of a defense that conceded 8 goals at home to Wellington Phoenix. Let me say that again. Kai Rolls was part of the back line that conceded 8 goals in one game at home to Wellington Phoenix. And look, no disrespect to Wellington Phoenix, but it's hard to think of a player across the entire A-League in the past 5-10 years who has improved more than Kai Rolls. Name a player in the live chat right now who's more improved than Kai Rolls. He's gone from being maybe literally the worst central defender in the league to Socceroos call-up. And now for me, top 3 centre-backs in the league. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's so good now, Kai Rolls. He's so good now, man. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. Matt says all the goals were top class. Yeah, dude, fantastic stuff. Carly's also in here saying it was a pen. Matty's saying we were so robbed. Yeah, man. So look, again, just to reiterate my emotions, man. Like, I'm not. I don't think I'm upset. I'm not upset at all. I don't know why. Like, I was coming onto this live stream. I thought I would have been devastated, but again, just feeling so proud of the boys, man. So proud of the boys and so excited for the rest of this season. Like, we've made an FFA Cup Final. Monty's made an FFA Cup Final in his first handful of games. Look, here's the thing. It probably would have been a different story had this game gone, 4-1, 5-1, which, could have gone that way had Victory, gotten on the score sheet early. And we saw that in the semi-final. They did it against Wellington Phoenix. They just tore them apart. But this Mariners side's different now. We're a different beast now. We're a different beast now, man. Matty says, thoughts on Nkololo was poor off the bench. Yes, I agree. Benny is, look, I'm so stoked with a lot of the individual performances overall this season. Benny's the one, especially out of all the new guys, that I'm not convinced yet. I'm not convinced. Just losing the ball. Had maybe one of our best chances when the ball came into him. I thought Lewis Miller was fantastic on the right and was getting forward later on in that game. Squares the ball up. Benny and Kololo, these guys train for these moments, man. When the ball comes in across the floor and he misses it. Dude. So, look, especially seeing how good the young guys are doing. If I don't care where these players have come in from. If you're not going to score a goal, if you're not going to hit a target in a cup final, bring in the young guys. Bring in Matt Hatch, bring in Harry McCarthy, bring in Garen Kowal, because these young guys are ready to go. So Benny needs to step up big time. I thought Maresh was good tonight, and again, is going to keep getting better. Sai Goddard, again, that's the one frustrating thing, man. Sai Goddard should have started tonight, man. It would have been a different game. Yeah, man. Kylie in the live chat says, Victory finished last in the A-League and then win the FFA Cup. Aussie football is confusing. Look, credit to Melbourne Victory, man. We have to say, just first of all, this is massive for Melbourne Victory. Terrible last season, picking up the first ever wooden spoon. Tony Popovich comes in, revolutionises this club, the perfect coach to bring in. Brings in a fantastic crop of players, and look at what they're doing, man. If you're a Melbourne Victory fan, you should be very excited about this season, but yeah, man. Shadow says Arena was a bit quiet tonight. Bozanic was huge as always. Yeah, dude, it just wasn't a game for the Mariners forwards, and Victory just kept them quiet up front. But Bozanic, man, I mean, Ollie Bozanic, what a player! What a player, man! Like they're so key, these guys, for the Mariners. Ollie Bozanic, Kai Rolls, these guys, man, so important, eh? Jacob Farrell, Owen, you just reminded me of Jacob Farrell, mate. Jacob Farrell, fantastic tonight. Again, just there were a couple shaky moments. I think there were a couple of moments where a couple of missed tackles and maybe wayward passes. But overall, dude, some key defensive interventions kept Marco Rojas quiet for most of the game. Sam's in here, says no Cummings, no party. I can only imagine how this game would have gone had Jason Cummings have started. Imagine if Jason Cummings played in the game, man. It's a big shame. And look, again, I'm not gonna use that as an excuse for the result, of course. But yeah, like a player like him, I feel like really would have gotten up for a big game like this, hey? Big game like this. This grand final was sadly like 2008, says Mariners for life. It was like 2008. I don't know, I feel like it was a bit different to 2008. 2008 was pretty evenly balanced. This almost felt like I don't know what this felt like. I was going to say the Brisbane one, but it wasn't like that because, of course, we weren't in the lead. We weren't in the lead. Adrian's a Melbourne Victory fan, says, yeah, it was really sad for us last year. But going to do something this year, dude. Tony Popovich, man. It's the Tony Popovich effect, man. It's working for Melbourne Victory. It's working for Melbourne Victory. What a coach to bring in, though. And look, Central Coast Mariners, man, like we're not able to attract these big names. We're not able to attract, we don't have the budget, the money, simply. We bring in Nick Montgomery, this man who has devoted his the past decade of his life to the Central Coast as a player and as a coach, So proud, man. So proud of Monty. So proud of the boys once again. I keep saying it, man. Yeah, wow. Fortnite says Cam Dong would have destroyed them, to be fair. Imagine that. Cam Dong just rocked up and scored a hat trick, man. How good would that have been? Good point. That's on TikTok here. Frank has brought up a good point here. All winners of the cup have been the home side. I think you're right, eh? I'm just trying to remember, but yeah, Adelaide winning all those home finals. And look, and again, I'm not using this as an excuse or anything, but just imagine if this game had been held at Central Coast Stadium, man. Imagine the energy would have been different. The game would have been different, man. Playing in front of that atmosphere at Amy Park, these young guys have not experienced that at all. Jacob Farrell, the biggest crowd that he would have played in front of, so far this season. I'm just trying to think the biggest crowd that the Mariners have seen this season. Maybe, was it 5,000 or 6,000, something like that, in front of Sydney FC at home. I think that was the biggest crowd. How many was there tonight? 20 plus thousand? How many was? Does anyone know the attendance for tonight? Yeah, man. Shadow says Melbourne Victory just seems so strong with their fans cheering them on. Dude, it does massive things, man. It does massive things. And I said it, like, had this game been held at Central Coast, we would have seen the biggest crowd ever at Central Coast Stadium, and it would have made a difference. So, and the trend of the home team winning probably would have continued. I would have backed my Mariners much more for a win had it have been at home. 15,000 TG, 15, around 15K. It looked and sounded like more from what I was watching, eh? It looked and sounded like way more. Yeah. Balin's in here, says we should have had a pen. Yeah, dude, it's a tricky one. I think with the penalty thing, I think I'm more okay with it because there was no VAR. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same way? It's almost like I feel like I'm not as Yeah, it's a weird one. It's like I'm more at peace with it. If there was if VAR was there and then they didn't check it, like I would have been way more upset. Would have been way more upset, man. Person says, do you think Mariners will bounce back from this, or will it negatively impact them? No, dude. I think I was actually saying it earlier that I think we've turned a corner here. The Mariners. This is the pinnacle for the Mariners. We've sort of got pulled our. This has been coming for a year and a half, and we've made it to a cup final, which is just massive. Like, yes, we made it to an elimination final last year, but cup final even bigger. And I think we're just going to keep going from here, man. I think we're going to keep going from here. You know, I've come such a long way, and these players, you know, Harry Steele starting tonight, Jacob Farrell starting tonight, Max Ballard getting minutes off the bench. Like, the experience that these guys are getting, they're just going to grow from it. They're just going to grow from it now. Here's a relevant topic, a little bit different, but Mariners for Life says, did you hear it be called Australia Cup Lockie? Yeah, I did, man. I did. And this was rumoured, actually. Actually, this came out like a month ago. It was rumoured ages ago that it was going to be called Australia Cup. And initially then, and still now, it's like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, on one hand now, I'm like, couldn't they have found like a more creative name? But at the same time, I'm like, I guess, it's the simplicity of it's kind of nice, I guess. Australia Cup. Sounds kind of epic. So, what do you guys think of it? I don't know, man. I don't know. Marcus says, Victory shouldn't have gotten a free kick, or Birigidi should have saved it since he was directing the ball to his left. I think it was definitely a free kick. Harry's still bringing down, was it Marco Rojas there for that Davidson goal? Yeah, man. I love this comment in the live chat from Julian. Says, I love Birigidi. He looks like a very friendly person. Should be proud of himself. Dude, we love Beers, and who knows how long he'll be around for. There has been very strong rumors linking him to a move away, which could happen. Could happen, man. Matty's in here. Matty has a contrasting opinion to the Farrell penalty debacle. Says, sorry to say the pen was a bit of a dominoes effect style, no pen. That was the point that was raised in commentary as well, whether Lewis Miller sort of came in to potentially foul, like come in the back of Broxton, which then led to the knocking over of Farrell. Lockie goes for Central Coast Mariners. Yes, in case it wasn't obvious by the shirt, by the second shirt in the background, there's a scarf and cap. You can't see the scarf and cap, but there is a scarf and cap in the background as well. So and the yellow and blue thing we've got going on here as well. Sam says, Australia Cup name has a lot of history. Imagine if Wellington win it. Can you imagine, yeah? Dude, imagine the scenes if that happened. Yeah. And you know what's just sinking in now, and this sort of makes my heart break a little bit more. Mariners have just missed out on Asian Champions League qualification. Despite finishing third last season and making it to the FFA Cup Final. We were so close on both accounts. We finished third in the league and runners up in the cup. You can't get any closer to Asian Champions League qualification than that, man. So Melbourne Victory, who incredibly finished last in the domestic season, will play Asian Champions League football for winning the cup. It's just how it works, man. Cameron says Dan Hall was so impressive tonight. Massive, man. There was a crucial tackle that he made late on as well. That was just incredible to win the ball. Both him and Kyle Rolls, man, superb. Yeah, man. I've never been so confident. I mean, for the best part of the last decade, the Mariners' defense has been one of our weak points, and I've felt so insecure about our defense. But so strong here, man. So strong at the moment. It's so good. So good. Imagine if the penalty was awarded for Jacob Farrell, man. Imagine if the penalty did go to Jacob Farrell. Mariners bring it to 1-1. Probably would have gone to extra time. Yeah, man. I mean, Victory scored that second goal because we were committing numbers forward to rescue the game, man. So we win that penalty, and Marco bangs it home, and it's game on, and it's extra time. So, but look again, man. Not going to dwell on it. Not going to dwell it. Bubblegum, how's it going? Says unlucky man. Cheers, mate. Marcus says, wouldn't Victory have to finish top 2 for Mariners to get Asian Champions League? No, I think it still goes to Victory. For Mariners to get it. If Mariners had won tonight, we would have got it. Because basically, the winner of the FFA Cup gets it. Yep. Adrian says, even though I'm a Victory fan, that was a penalty to the Mariners. Interesting to hear your take on that as well, Adrian, even from a Victory point of view. Because obviously bias does weigh into things, and fans will always want to see things their way. So that is interesting to hear. That is interesting to hear. PK says, imagine if Economides didn't score that goal. Good point, man. Because, look, we were pushing, man. We were pushing, and we did it. Oli Bozanic, what a finish. What a finish. If Economides didn't score that goal. But again, we were pushing numbers forward. We were always going to be vulnerable on the counter-attack towards the end, man. Bubblegum asks, why was it at Amy Park? Because Melbourne won the draw, unfortunately, from my point of view. Dude, it would have been epic had it have been at Central Coast Stadium. Would have been absolutely epic. Yeah, man. Enjoy the rest of your night, Matt. Travis says, as a neutral, Farrell got fouled by Broxham 100%. No point having 2 extra refs if they're going to miss it. Yeah, that's my thought too. Like, that's my thought. The ref is right there, and I was saying earlier, has the best view. Like, better than a camera. The VAR has cameras and can do replays and everything. But this guy's right there in real time. Pardon me. Right there in real time. Seeing it. He's 5 meters away, if that. So in a way, I almost feel comforted that they didn't call us. It was like, okay, he must have clearly seen how it played out. And you have to make the right call if you're right there. Marcus says, this is an interesting point, and I have seen a lot of people bring this up. Marcus says the FFA Cup Final should be at a neutral ground. What do you guys think of this? I don't know. It would be interesting. I mean, the crowd thing would be interesting. Like, would they still be able to get a massive, 20K plus crowd? If it, like, imagine if they played the game in Sydney. I feel like even then the crowd would still be like maybe 50-50. Like, Victory have just such a big fan base, man. Yeah, dude. Travis asks, how long have you been a Mariners supporter? Since season 1. The neutral venue thing, man, is interesting to me, yeah. Cameron, actually, this is a good point that Cameron raises in the live chat. The FFA Cup Final should be played at a neutral game, like Wembley Stadium. Of course, they do that in England with the cup competitions. It would be interesting. Like a core stadium, Olympic Park, Sydney. It's sort of our version of Wembley Stadium. That could be interesting. Shadow raises the same point that I was concerned about. So Shadow says, I feel like a neutral ground would take away from the atmosphere. Yeah, that's my only thinking too. Obviously, it's one-sided, but yeah, you lose that atmosphere. Hey, Marcus says it would be a hassle for traveling fans, and that's the thing too. Yeah, you maybe wouldn't get as strong of a rather than having one team bring in like a massive fan base, you'd have both teams bring in a half-assed fan base. You know what I mean? Adrian says, but did Jacob Farrell get bumped into, or do you think it was actually a hold? Trying to recall. Both, I think. I'm trying to recall if Broxham was actually gripping him. There was definitely contact. I'll have to look at another replay, but again, in my brain, it's a penalty, man. It's a penalty. Still believe it should have been played in Brisbane, says William. Well, that definitely would have been a neutral venue. Neutral venue surely to have to be Canberra, says Jamal. I mean, yeah, just like imagine that though, like playing at Canberra, like it's a decent. I've been down to that stadium in Canberra. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be as big of a game. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. PK says, thoughts on Benny coming on for Nisbet. Look, Benny came onto the field and obviously wasn't. I don't think it was Benny that came on for Nisbet. I think Garang came on for Niz, didn't he? But Benny came on for Nikolai at least, and was it? Yeah, no, that's right. All right. Either came on for Nikolai or Mateus, and just wasn't in the game. Benny, unfortunately, he wasn't in it. Travis asks, if Central Coast weren't a team, what other team would I support? I wouldn't support anyone else. I would absolutely watch the league as sort of just a casual neutral fan, but I wouldn't support anyone else. The reason why I am such a passionate fan is because I'm born and bred here. Oh, Regan, 100% says, imagine the atmosphere in Central Coast Stadium. Dude. Oh, dude, the opportunity, man. The missed opportunity to have a final at Central Coast Stadium, man. It would have been epic. It would have been epic, dude. Marcus says, why does Broxham even play in defense when he can't compete in aerial duel? Look, aerial duels certainly aren't his forte. Thankfully for Victory, he was playing in midfield for this game, though. Jamal says, if those choose Sydney or Melbourne, they would favour some of the wealthy teams. Can you imagine Victory having a home cup final every time they qualify? It's a good point. Good point. Well, I imagine they would have a set venue. Like they would probably pick a venue, a neutral venue based on depending on who's playing. Yeah. Regan, how would you rate Farrell tonight? Like an 8 out of 10. Tonight, an 8 out of 10. Jacob Farrell, very, very good overall. Just fantastic for a guy who's only played a handful of senior games. We have to keep remembering that Jacob Farrell is still very fresh, and he's playing like a seasoned professional. Yeah. Julian says, how much do those advertisement boards cost? I think Victory fans broke them, dude. When Victory scored that second goal, it was Victory fans were certainly loving it. We'll just say that. PK says, first 15 minutes of the second half was intense. 100%, man. Corner after corner. Mariners under pump. But again, credit to the Mariners defense. We weren't going to concede a scrappy goal like that, man, off a corner. We didn't let it happen. Yeah, man. So look, guys. 2-1 to Melbourne Victory. Victory are FFA Cup champions for 2021. And again, I just want to round this off by saying how proud I am of my team. We've come such a long way. And yes, we didn't win this game. We didn't win this cup final, but this Central Coast Mariners side is in a cup final. It's incredible. Under Nick Montgomery, who this is his first ever senior coaching gig. With so many of these young players, man, I'm just so proud. I'm so proud. And just can't wait for the rest of this season as a Mariners fan, man. And look, Melbourne Victory, credit to them for winning the game. Scored 2 fantastic goals and have a massive season ahead of them. Hey guys, make sure to stay subscribed to Coastal Football to keep up to date to all of the content dropping here. Regular videos every single week around all things A-League. And if you want to support the channel, hit like on this live stream. It really does help out a lot. Appreciate you guys a lot and have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next